This is Painting Platinum, number 45. I'm Sadie, and this is Justin, and we're gonna keep painting our phoenix. How you doing, Justin?
Doing well, buddy. Although I am uploading all of the YouTube videos, so I will probably not be super engaged.
I was thinking today. I was like, I need Justin to be engaged today, but that's okay. I gotta tell you something. I don't always have to get what I want to survive. Feels like it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way, but I can take one for the team sometimes. I think. So so yeah. Hi Rings Raccoon, Margaret, Dyphemist. I'm getting engaged? Am I getting engaged? Did I say something weird? Oh, did I say I needed you to be engaged? Sorry. I don't think I'm getting engaged. We don't make enough money to be getting engaged. We're not the like hop on into getting getting committed to a lifestyle before we have a lifestyle. Oh, Margaret, I am the exact same way. She says, my anxiety is triggered sometimes by the fact that things aren't going my way and I'm convinced it's going to be a disaster. I have that. I'm very controlling and not the mean controlling where it's like, where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you going to be with? But I'm controlling over like my own life and the way everything, like I've got to have everything just so. Uh, Prime example, I just went to Nebraska for my grandpa's funeral in, I don't even know, September. I think it was during ReaperCon. And my boyfriend rode with me. We've driven to Austin before, so what is that, 4 hours, 3 hours? But this was like a 10-hour drive. So, and probably a little more because we stopped a lot. But I do not like it when the car gets crazy. Like, if you're gonna grab something from the back, because he was like the passenger for most of it because I'm controlling. If you're gonna grab a blanket from the back seat, don't mess up all the other blankets. Don't tip a bag over. Like, no. So every time I'd stop at a gas station, I'd neaten it back up. And by the time we were leaving to go back, I was like, it's gotta be neat. And he's like, it is neat. And I'm like, it's not neat enough. Like, put the stuff you need on top. And, you know. So anyway, I'm a monster. I'm hard to live with. Hi, Toad the Gobo. Anki. Rings Raccoon says, I have that kind of anxiety. When things go good, I worry that it's all going to explode in my face. I did that recently. I talked about it in therapy, how good something was going. And I was a little, like, I didn't say it out loud. I probably should have. Probably would have given her a little more insight into me. But I was thinking, yeah, that's not going to last. By the way, all this good, that's going to go away. So, either way, whatever. It all it all comes out in the wash or buffs out or whatever. So, uh but I also have the thing where I'm like, "Oh, this is forever." I'm very upset and it's always going to be this way. And I think it's because I want to talk about something really neat. I don't think we have that many people in here, but that's okay. I'm sure I'll mention it again. There is something, and they use it for phobias, and they use it for PTS, and it's called EDMR. And I'm going to give you like a really shitty explanation of it. Excuse me. But it is a therapy where you go through stuff that's like really upsetting and you move your eyes back and forth, or I think they can use sound back and forth. And what it does is it allows you to explore things that are really, really scary and traumatic while I think it does something with your brain's um processing of like back and forth and left and right brain, future and present, past. But as I understand it, like our brain feels like everything that's ever happened is happening like all at once, right? So that's why we have, trauma and whatever. And when you kind of work this stuff out, It doesn't feel like it's all happening at once and you can work through stuff easier. I don't know why I got into EDMR, but it's something that, and this was like a long time ago, but I heard Dr. Drew call it, whenever people would ask him about hypnosis, he would say, this is the closest thing to magic that you're going to find is EDMR. The closest thing to like really, a magic cure is EDMR. Well, good. Time Stitcher, Striding Oregon, Aragorn, both talking about EDMR. It's great. I had a friend do it, and she felt like one session really changed her outlook. I don't know how many sessions it takes. Hi, the Hatter, Twisted Oma, Francis. I talked about doing it because I have phobias, but like I was like, I don't think I can sit with them like that. I don't think I can. I just think I have to avoid them until I die. Mm. So anyway, all that's a little heavy, but hi Jedi Jared. It's Halloween here at Reaper. We did our pumpkin contest. I'm sure we will show pictures. I saw John up on the mezzanine taking pictures of everybody's costumes and pumpkins. I got here a little late, but we did a lunch in the big warehouse so people could be spread out. And COVID's gotten so crazy that I've decided I don't think I'm gonna eat around people anymore. So I think like when we do lunches, I'm gonna like go and have my lunch there and like just take it back and eat it and just wear my mask the whole time. Sorry.
Ooh, by the way, I meant to ask, whose pumpkin did you like the most?
I liked all of them. Did you see them yet?
I've not seen them now.
There was like one pumpkin that was like three pumpkins. It was like moving around a lot. Hold on, I just got a text. Sorry, I'm being a manager right now. Let me put my manager hat on. Sorry. I know this is riveting. Help me, Justin. Tell a
I'm
story.
so excited.
Sing a song.
Sorry, I'm also sending an email.
Oh no.
Quick. I've got nothing.
Oh well.
An exclusive behind the scenes look. I love it. Perfect, Margaret. Quick, Margaret, do a song and dance for us.
Okay, cool. Sorry, our labor manager, Cindy, is out of town. So, hi, Valander. Do. Probably a good idea. One of the reasons why we won't be going to Thanksgiving this year. My aunt does EDMR, says Belothian. Most of the time, one session with her is enough. It makes so that the emotional link with the memories break. Yeah, so like, my therapist told me, because I was like, I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't think I could be like, face it in therapy, but I also feel like once I've had a panic attack and it's over, I'm like, oh, I'll just never have that again. That would be more preferable to me. So she told me, she was like, it's like being a warrior and facing something and being really strong and hitting it head on. But I always tell myself, I'm like, how about I just never have another panic attack? And then I don't even have to worry about it. I think it's over, right? Right? And then it happens again. But so far, hasn't happened very long time. So thanks, T Duff. T McDuff. I'll show you guys. Sorry, I'm not doing anything. But I'll show you guys the giveaway kind of package. It might vary a little bit. But I'll be giving this away. Uh-oh. Justin, are you there?
Yes.
Can everybody hear Justin okay? Poo. Let's see. My Phoenix froze. That's working. So they hear Justin. So what I have here, I've been giving away. Oh, you can't see it because my thing froze. Hold on. I'm going to show you the giveaway for today. If this would act right. Okay, there we go. Crisis averted. Thanks, Francis. So what we've got is our Thalos, Thalo green, Thalo blue, clear orange. I gave away 2 BCA pinks in this and a spooky purple. You might get something a little bit different, but I want to get rid of some of that BCA pink because I made a little too much. We went through so much in the beginning, but I think because we ran out of the ghoulie bags, a lot of people didn't order at the end of the month. I think they're waiting probably. I see people talk a lot about like, what's coming up? Is there anything I should wait to? Oh, yeah. Margaret, like, you're going to have breast cancer pink for a while. I don't know if they decided, because we talked about it, I don't know if they decided that what they're going to do is give it away into November, which if they do, don't ever count on it. Because that's what Ed was worried about, is if we give it away in November, people will be like, oh, I don't have to order to get the boob pink. I'll just wait until November, because they gave it away in November last year. Because if there's something to be said about our people, and that like y'all are thinkers and y'all have good memories and you collaborate together. So anyway, you will still be able to get those. You won't be able to get the ghoulie bags. The clears are going to be available. Thank you, IMK Markey. The clears are going to be available in the ReaperCon commemorative set number 2. And, okay, so this is really sloppy. I almost don't even want to show you guys. I'm going to tease a color wheel. So I know Anne has a color wheel. If you're interested in seeing a Reaper MSP color wheel, Anne has one, I believe, on her Patreon. Like, I don't know her levels or anything, so you'll have to check that out. I try not to look, and I'm not a patron. And lately I've thought about it, and I'm like, oh, I should be a patron. But I'm like, no, I shouldn't, because a lot of the things I want to do are similar to hers. And I think it would just be really interesting for you guys to see the way she does things versus the way I do things, and how they compare. Like, how our brains kind of work out. Whatever, like how I would mix a discontinued color versus her. So, yeah, so people have a lot of BCA pink. I was telling Justin, it's kind of, at this point, it's almost like a mark of it's almost like a badge, you know. Maybe that should be a ReaperCon badge, is like how many bottles of BCA pink you have. I don't know. Anyway. So, oopsies. But yeah, that is it. I have a lot of BCA pink too, by the way, because I usually took some home. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that. I would love to show you this color wheel, but it's really sloppy and ugly, and I would rather, like, it's so hard to delay. I can delay gratification for me, but I always want to give people stuff. Like, if I give somebody get somebody a present, I'm giving it to them. Like, you can't wait. I've got to give it to you now. So let's get on to our guy. Spoon, she didn't miss anything painting related. We talked about therapy and EDMR and stress and anxiety, and then we talked about breast cancer pink and how we're probably going to be giving it away into November, um, because orders slowed down after we ran out of ghoulie bags. What else did we talk about? The clears. Hashtag free is not open yet, right, Justin?
Correct.
Um, correct, he said, because I was talking over him. The clears are going to be available in the ReaperCon 2 commemorative set. I've realized I forgot to ask Ed about. Okay, so you'll notice, if I'm remembering correctly, that if you look at the list of the active versus the inactive paints, that the clears from the Kickstarter are listed on the active. Um, Last I heard, after Kickstarter, those will be available for sale. So it's not as if you don't pledge on the Kickstarter, you won't get the Kickstarter colors. They'll go up for sale, but they might not go into permanent production. So, anyway, the clears, as of right now, will. So there's a clear ochre, I think a clear red oxide. I think it's yellow oxide, red oxide, and clear. I'm trying to think of the other one. Umber? I'll have to get back to you on that, for the Kickstarter colors. And then we have the clear Thalos. Well, the clear Thalos don't have a space in the permanent line yet, so I'll ask Ed about it because I definitely think they do. Um, I just want to show you guys. Let me see. Let me see how ugly this looks, and I'll show you because I can't not. I can't. Just can't. I have no self control. Okay. If y'all want to see like the worst, ugliest color wheel ever, I'm gonna show you. I am showing Daniel, our longest paint department employee, other than myself, how to mix paint. And I don't think he's ever worked with a color wheel before. It's very scientific and detail oriented and very good at it. But when I'm explaining certain art terms, I realize I'm like, oh, not everybody, not everybody hears about this stuff. So anyway, here is my very kind of ugly color wheel. And I don't know. The color's not going to be right on it. I'm going to get more into it in the future. This was just to make the colors for the color wheel. It's not going to look good. The actual color. But what I wanted to show was that Thalos, okay, so this is clear green. This is clear Thalo green. So clear Thalo green is a little bit more toward blue. I'm sure all you guys already know this. This is clear Thalo. This is clear blue, I think. And then I think this is clear blue and clear purple. Clear purple. Actually, I think this is clear blue, this is clear purple, and this is clear purple with like a touch of red, a little more red, and then mostly red. Because, hi the Calasandra. Yeah, I'm gonna make a prettier one because I need one for. I was using my color star to show him stuff, and I'm like, you know what, the color star doesn't have? The color star doesn't have the like gradient, sort of how the colors mute. So if you're not used to that, it doesn't really help. But my red violet. I'm trying to think. Red violet, red. Yeah. I might have too many colors in here, but what I was mainly wanting to show you is this was, I think this is 9073, which is our closest to our clear yellow. Is it that the yellow oxide? It's not clear yellow oxide, but it's the closest to the clear yellow oxide, and I tried to mix that with other clears so I could kind of show him how you get there, which is just like a little more muted and deeper. But anyway, like clear yellow, this is I'm trying to think. No, this is clear yellow, and this is clear yellow with a little bit of 9408, which is our like warm yellow clear, not really clear, almost clear. So that's kind of a color wheel to sort of show you very basically, like I said, it'll get prettier, but very basically where all of these land and why there's a clear blue and a clear phthalo blue, why there's a clear green and a clear phthalo green, and what's the clear yellow versus like the actual yellow on the color wheel. Anyway, I'm doing a lot of talking, not much painting, so I need to get on it. And then I just need to manage her for just one more moment. But Halloween, managing, trying to be like, I think about this a lot, but like not enough a lot. Like trying to be a good leader and be really present. So I've changed my schedule a little bit around so that I'm here when my people leave. And essentially, like, internet has an early schedule. And we have the shop hours, which are like 9 to 6. They have like 8 to 5, 8 to 4, 30-ish, whatever. So what I'm trying to do is be really present, because even though I'm here a lot, I don't feel like I'm visible enough. So this is going to keep me from working late at night and working on the weekends. I'll be here like kind of during the day. And I was thinking the positive thing about that is that I'll be able to be here before my team and be present and start thinking about the day, so that when they get in, like, instead of being in a rush, I can kind of see what's going on with them, like check in with them. I listened to this podcast. Matthew McConaughey has a book now, High Rapid Fire XOX. Matthew McConaughey has a book out, and he talks about journaling and how he's been journaling since he was like 14, and tracking when he feels successful, like what his habits are. And he talked about checking in and how you need to check in every morning with yourself before you go and check in with everybody else. So I try to do that, and High Skies Clear. I am K Markey. I am a very new leader. I've always said I value autonomy much more than I value power. I hate power. I have poor boundaries. I don't like to tell people no. I want to let everybody do what they do and just tell them like, okay, but be cool and let's not get in trouble. And that doesn't work. And it's not fair. A lot of people need structure, and I can't just be like, well, I don't want to give structure because I'm not comfortable with it. So you don't get it. Like, I have to learn to give people what they need. So anyway, I'm a baby leader. I don't like it when people call like people baby whatever, but I am a baby leader. And a little more hippy dippy, I think, than Ed and Dave are used to. Because I called myself a facilitator, and I don't think that they were like, and I'm like, well, like when I learned education, it was facilitating. So I think of it as that. Fire chicken's about the same. Valfera. I wanted to show you guys. I started with Ghost Fire, and I ended up using Alchemical Green because I moved the Ghost Fire back to the mixing area. So this is Ghost Fire, and this is Alchemical Green. They're somewhat similar. Obviously, the Ghost Fire has the glowy sort of, the glowworm effect. Alchemical Green here. Last time, if you remember, we did the Flame Sparkle. I don't know if it'll be visible, but we made like a sparkly yellow, which I always threaten to do for everybody, not just for myself. I love bright, like green shift yellow. It is my favorite. So what we really need to focus on, I think, with this fire is, am I frozen? Okay, I'm just not in frame. First of all, I need to go back over these white spots. Then I need to stop touching this miniature with my fingers. And then we need to find a way to blend this so it doesn't look so much like camo and it looks more like fire. But also fire does have some like lines of demarcation in the highlights and shadows. Shadows? I mean, I don't even know if it's highlights and shadows if it's fire. The dark and light. Yeah, I have burned his foot. I think I am gonna have to go back over and fix his little feetsies. Let's start with trying to think. Thank you. Fire tends to be darker on the end of the flame, lighter into the recesses. Really? I must be doing that thing where I'm like simplifying things in my mind. Brighter in the recesses. I need a picture of fire. I hate doing this on stream because I'm bad at it, but that's okay. Anything for you guys. Let's see. Fire. Hey Justin, when you want like a really high quality image, hold on a minute actually. They might have a little setting for that. Transparent, dragon, blue, flame, animated. No, not house, not camp, not forest, not California. Here's green. Okay. This is all pretty. Let's see. Green fireball. Green fire wings. Oh man. Some people are really getting after it on the computer. Can I tell you something totally unrelated, Justin? I saw that thing that you guys have been working on yesterday. And that thing that Daryl did, you know, the thing?
Commercial I made?
I didn't know we were gonna just go out and talk about it, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not I've people don't know about it. It's not
Oh,
under wraps or anything. It's done.
I didn't know about it.
So
Daryl fucking killed it. Excuse me, excuse the language, but Daryl killed it.
what do you mean?
He did a great job.
He did. His voice is fantastic.
Yeah. What do you mean? What do I mean?
It why I was unsure because
Are the
if you're
kids
talking
not
about
saying killing it anymore?
no, I mean because the final product that you saw is not what we recorded. They're very they're very different. He has the raw building blocks to basically sculpt. He has very 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 good quality clay to then work with.
Are we still talking about his voice?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were
We
actually talking
are.
about
Yeah.
sculpting because he's.
I I'll have to send you. I'll send you the raw clip, and then you can listen to the two. The difference being that it is much harder to edit and like tweak someone's voice in post if they aren't a voice actor, right? Versus like Daryl, who is a seasoned veteran for all intents and purposes, and
Yeah.
I will edit Daryl's voice all day, every day, and will never stop. It's amazing. It's great.
So, anyway, I just want to brag on Daryl, formerly paint department Daryl. All right, so I'm gonna go in and share this photo, and hopefully it's good. You know what else I was thinking, Justin? The kids are saying kicked it in the Richard these days. Daryl, yeah, voice acting for what's it called? For a commercial we did. Do we say who?
Yeah, it's for Paizo for Pathfinder.
Paizo Pathfinder. Uh, boop,
In
boop.
fact, I would be shocked if it goes up on our YouTube sometime in the next, I don't know, week or two. Just because, made it, we own the rights to stuff, so there's no reason not to. Hell, we might even use it on Reaper Live.
I'd love that. Okay. Okay, so this popped up and it's low quality. Great. Okay, so like this fire though, You know what else fire is? It's transparent. We're not going to work with transparency though, but like I'm trying to think if we were going to do it transparent, could I have like so I have this fire shape. Let's say if I were like a good artist, could I like paint rocks, I guess, like a stone type color kind of like this and transparently paint over it? I mean, but what I see within the flame is like um streaks, like vertical streaks. Hmm. Shut the front door. Center blue, edges green, edges ghost fire. Yeah, that's how I feel, Valander. I'm done. I don't know physics of anything. I didn't. We won't get into my education, but I had a silly high school experience, and I do not have a very balanced education. So I'm having to reevaluate like how I feel about science because I really didn't like it when I was in high school, but I also really don't like abstract uh, concepts unless they're explained really well. Like I have a really hard time with abstract stuff. I have to really get it. I have to have really sounds kind of mean, but like I have to have really good teachers, really empathetic, probably like deep thinkers because I just don't understand things all the time. Sometimes I grasp things really easily, but other times I just can't. Like I think I talked about this a few streams ago. I didn't learn I had a really hard time with subtraction until somebody had to teach me kinesthetically how to how to calculate stuff like that. That's why being a teacher is so hard. I listened to this podcaster that jokingly says that teachers just want the summers off. There's like lazy people that want the summers off. I think he knows. I think he's like he knows he's being a troll. Um, but it's like that's why to be a good teacher, not to be like a crazy teacher. I had some crazy teachers, some mean teachers, but to be a good teacher is really difficult. It's okay. I had to wear Velcro strap shoes until junior high because I couldn't tie laces. Oh man, I loved those. Oh, Valander the Red says painting objects inside a transparent thing only ever looks good from one angle and looks like garbage at all the other angles. It makes me wonder. Oh, I cleaned my office a little bit, but I'm sure Justin's thinking like where because he was in here yesterday. It was a wreck. But um, the part where I had minis. Anyway, whatever. I wonder if you could take one of those clear fire minis and like cut the center out and put something in the middle. I told you guys this like a way long time ago, but we had this kid come to paint club. He was in high school and he wanted to do everything but paint the mini. Like he wanted to like cut it up and attach other things to it and all this stuff. Like first time he'd ever painted and I related to that so hard. Polishing the cat energy.
Sadie, are you there?
Am I not there?
No, I was on the phone with Ed, so that's why I was asking.
What did he have to say?
He was talking to me about tonight's show.
What about it?
Well, remember last week when he broke his
Uh huh.
cord? Well, he was asking me what he could do in replacements for that, so I was doing a little
Buy a new
on the
one.
tech support. No, he didn't want to do that tonight because
You're
in
right.
theory, we should be in person next Thursday. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and tell people now. I don't think that means that we're doing the 100th episode, because we want to make sure the 100th episode has all of
Works.
our own Well, we want it to have all of its own preparation and stuff done. So
We got to get somebody to put in the cake to jump out of.
right, the 100th episode is
Oh,
going to
my
get
bad. I
it's going to
spoiled the
get the
cake.
necessary time and attention.
And then after that, we're not all doing Reaper Live anymore, right? We're
We
going to
hadn't
break
really had
up.
we hadn't really discussed that, but I mean, we could return to normal, or we could not. I don't know.
You know, Ron and Ed are going to want to be alone again. They're going to want their spotlight back. And then that begs the question, are we going to have Terrain Tuesdays back?
Oh, we haven't had Train Tuesdays in so long, mainly because he's been busy. So we stopped doing Train Tuesday long before we stopped doing, or at least like had planned to before the lockdown went into effect. So
Down with the
mainly, but
red. Oh, go
we
ahead.
want
Sorry,
to.
lockdown.
No, that's it. Just we'll see it again. I just don't know when.
Um, Down the red was talking about a high school chemistry teacher that was an anarchist and taught them how to make scary stuff. A lot of kids, yeah. He says this was in the 80s, and I was told on him 80s, 90s, early 2000s, maybe even now, people were still doing this, and it wasn't a big deal. But my guitar teacher told me that he had a fire in his room because he made a tennis ball full of matches. Or somebody made it. I don't know if he made it. Somebody made it and set it off, and it was a big effing deal. Is napalm the I don't know if we should get into napalm. Never mind.
Probably not the best. Let's leave that
Let's
topic.
end it with the napalm. I was just gonna say I had a go kart when I was a kid, or I didn't, but my cousin did. And my other cousin and I were trying to put gas in it, and we couldn't find a funnel. So we tried to use a styrofoam cup as a funnel. And we knew that gas didn't like styrofoam, but we didn't know how much gas didn't like styrofoam until we tried it. I don't know, I don't remember. I remember it didn't touch me because she was like, "Here, you hold the cup, and I'll like pour it in." And uh, no, that's not how you. No, we're not discussing that anymore. But I'm just saying it melted. It was weird. And I sometimes think back, like there's things I think back on because I'm a little ignorant that I'm like, oh, would that have burned me? Or like once I broke one of those glass thermometers and tried to grab the mercury, and my mom was like, "Oh my god, no!" And I'm like, "Would that have burned me?" Weak on science. I'm science weak, guys. The only science I know about is hair color. I've talked about this a lot, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to go back to school for, other than just finishing my associates in arts. I did not know this, but Michael Collins told me, he was like, an associate in arts is just an associate in arts. So if you're thinking that you need to get your theater and your art done, you probably don't. Like, you need to go talk to a counselor because you might have enough art credits to be just like done with it and not waste your time. And I was like, holy crap, that's crazy because I might not need to do that. Um, so I don't know. I've been thinking a lot of different things, and I've been trying to take like aptitude tests because if whatever I study I have to fall back on, I'm gonna want to like it, right? So I found this thing that made me think of the stream is, um, it was like based on your Myers Briggs personality, jobs you would be good at, and it made me wonder like, do you guys in chat know your Myers Briggs personality code type? And Justin, do you?
I do because I actually did it last year, the year before.
What are you? Are you like an
Well,
INTP or something?
I that sounds close, but I need to look it up in my
Look
email.
it up. You need it.
I don't remember
Do it real quick.
off the top of my head. Hold on.
I'm either I've taken it at different times and been different, but like I think I'm an INFJ. introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. But I may be one. I agree with you, but it's still, I wouldn't say it's totally not useful. It means something because I worked at a salon where we were we did all of our personalities, and there were a lot of ENFJs. So it means something. Though one of my clients was a professor, I don't remember what he taught at that time, but he said, kind of thing. Myers-Briggs says my perfect job would be astronaut or adult film store janitor. I don't know, Trash-O-Rama. That sounds mighty specific. I like Strengths Finder to Myers-Briggs. I took the my boyfriend's therapist recommended Enneagram. Is that what it's called? And I took that. I didn't like the result. Seemed like I think I got a bad one. I think I got a bad personality. uh, but uh, but yeah. Myers-Briggs says there is not a single human being they love romantically suitable to
I
me. What?
believe I am INTJ or
Introverted,
or or
intuitive,
I or INTP, one of those two.
thinking, and either judging or perceiving. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just know that there are some that I'm like, oh yeah, y'all were all like, because all I know is based on this salon, kind of who got promoted, what everybody did, and it seemed like the ENFJs or INFJs, well, ENFJ, because that's what I tested as at the time, were kind of the like, we would be the educators or just regular stylists, and I wouldn't see a whole lot of people like us move up. I think it was INTP that like moves up. What does that mean, Valander? Okay, this makes me feel better. The Minaith says Enneagram requires a bit of background reading to fully understand it and is good for knowing how you interact with other people and how others interact with you. Usually INFP on quick tests. What was that show? Was that what the show was called? WKRP in Cincinnati? Or was that. I'm getting it confused with news radio. I don't remember news radio's, like, theme or anything. I don't think I watched it. That was the title. Okay, that was the title. Had a jazzy little song. Not jazzy, but had a catchy little, had a quite a ditty. Extrovert, intuitive, feeling, perceptive, aka the campaigner. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I was just interested to see if there's a lot of correlation in the same way that stylists had. Let's see. Do do do. ENFP, ENTP. Are we all intuitive? Couple perceiving. INFP, another intuitive perceiving. Intuitive perceiving, thinking, feeling. What's the difference between perceiving and judging? They seem the same.
Do you mean in practical application, or you mean specifically with this test?
I don't know any of it. Do you know either?
Well, I mean, perceiving is understanding or acknowledging something's there,
Yeah,
and
it says
judging
judging.
is right, but then it's passing judgment on the what you're perceiving.
Yeah, like it says
Like
in
you
the
can't judge
Bible.
without. Well, I guess that's not true. I guess you could judge without perceiving. I think that's what prejudice is. But
Yeah, in the Bible it says I should really judge it, right?
thou shalt not INTFP.
Yeah, thou shalt not INTFP. Doing Enneagram let me go, oh, this person I know is this, which makes total sense why they react in certain ways to things. That means I don't take offense at the things they do when I may have in the past because I understand more and why they react that way. I found it more useful for understanding others than myself, to be honest. Dr. Bob, everybody knows the cat is uh, both and neither, and all of it, right?
Oh, Schrodinger's cat.
I think that's the cat he's discussing with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
I actually read a book on Schrodinger's cat.
seems pretty simple to have a book. Well,
I
maybe
mean,
complicated.
it's intertwined with quantum
I
theory,
was about to
but
say it's quantum physics, right?
yeah.
What do you guys think of? We're getting real weird and deep, but what do you guys think of um other dimensions and also of simulation theory? I don't buy it, but I'm not very like smart in science. It sounds like some science fiction to me. Anybody into that kind of thing? I know a lot of people are. What the hell show did I come back to? It's same old, same old. See, that's how I feel, Valander. I'm pretty big skeptic on most things, though. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Um, I think it's fun to think about. I think aliens are real, though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what, though. The one thing that makes me think that simulation theory is real is that I don't know. It's like stuff will first of all, like the collective, what could be just the collective unconscious, um, where you'll be thinking about somebody and then they'll just call you like somebody you haven't talked to in forever. Um, thanks, Chef of Love. Oh my god, I'd be so embarrassed, Margaret. Justin, can we start writing episode summaries for the YouTube upload of Sadie's show, like just the highlights of all the conversation points? I've
Um, I think as soon as I hire somebody, because this is what I'd like to do, I think as soon as I can hire somebody to just manage our YouTube amongst some other content, we could have absolutely in-depth detail on all of that. So
ha Reaper John says not it. Um, I would rather hire somebody to manage me to stay on track. How do you raise children not to end up like this? That's what I want to know. I'm making a glaze. Oh, you can't see it. This reminds me of this guy on, I'm assuming it was a guy, it could have been a lady, on Reaper Live kept saying, when is, what did he say? When is Sadie going to be the giveaway? And I was thinking, oh, be careful what you wish for, you poor bastard. Like, you have no idea. I'm not that fun. I'm a handful. Wrapped in a mess. Let's see. On today's episode, we put some paint on him and he talked about what fire looked like. Oblivious teacher found our Myers Briggs personality and then went a little too deep.
oh yeah, and we mentioned napalm once.
No. We're going to edit that out in post. The more you
No, we're
bring it up, the
not.
more work.
We don't have time for that. It's going up.
I feel like YouTube doesn't like that.
YouTube doesn't mind. I'm sure they're. We're not talking about like the anarchist cookbook or anything.
Well, now
We're
we are.
talking about
Damn
just. No,
you.
we're not. We're not discussing recipes and things like that. What we're discussing is the existence of napalm. We're
And the
talking about the
funnel I made
usage.
with my cousin.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. That's a learned. That's an experience essentially. It's a story.
It's just kid
Because
stuff.
for all they know, it could just be. Well, no, for all they know, it could just be made up nonsense.
It's like how Breaking Bad didn't put real stuff in there.
You're
Like,
not inciting people to make napalm,
no.
which is I think is I imagine is the problem.
In fact, I think that we should all be more peaceful. I don't feel like violence is required to create change. I would sooner be an anarchist than a anything else ist if it worked. It doesn't. Not in our society. But I was into the idea as a teenager, and I have a friend that founded the Denton chapter of what is it called? Food Not Bombs, which is a anarchist feed the homeless group.
That's interesting.
Yeah, what they do, because apparently it's illegal in a lot of places, if not everywhere, to just like feed the homeless. So they'll make like a table and they'll give them all this food, whatever, whatever. And if the police come, they'll all sit at the table and act like they were eating. So there's not like an organizer there.
Well, but now you've outed them. What the hell?
Police don't watch my show.
You don't know that.
Uh, I don't know. Sky's clear. Check it out because from what I've heard, it's like probably having to do with regulation on giving people food. Um,
Yeah, serving them essentially.
Also, never use a lighter to light a can of hairspray. If there's a cobra in your bathroom, like James Bond did, it can float up back the nozzle and detonate the can. Yeah, yeah. FBI, open up. Um, Somebody told me to carry hairspray and a lighter when I was working as a stylist, late, like getting off late, as like a self defense tool. I think it was Reaper Harley. I'm not gonna out Reaper Harley, but she was like, you could just carry like hairspray and a lighter. Could you imagine trying to mug somebody and getting like, you know,
No.
burn somebody's eyebrows clean off? I don't think it hurts because it just burns the propellant at a certain point. Oh, and you know what else? This is something that my boyfriend told me because he works with fire. You can, okay, so like because of the oils on your hands, you can like burn yourself real quick once and it's not a big deal. It's just after you've already, uh, what's it called? After you already burn those oils off, it starts hurting. Big case of crabs said, huh, just took my test and I got ISTJ. See, that's our first. Wait. I. Introverted, intuitive, and what's the. What is S? Thinking, judging. What is S?
Yes. That's what S is.
Do. This topic is grim. Um, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it is grim. But anyway, yeah, my friend, her name's Little Emily, and she is the fucking cutest person. Excuse me, that's my third one, and I'll stop. She's the cutest, sweetest person in the whole
I'm
world.
I'm about to start like actually rationing your f bombs
I'm
during
about
the
to
show.
start. I'm about
You're
to start.
given one per episode going forward,
Um,
and I'll put a mature rating on the episode.
yeah. From now on, this is going up on OnlyFans. That's
Uh,
what OnlyFans is
don't
for, right?
no,
Saying the F word?
no, no.
That's where you can say the F word and
And then some.
Yeah. So, the C word? Um, but anyway, she's the cutest person in the world. She's the only person I've ever known doing hair that could talk about politics, extreme politics with men of Texas and not piss them off. I have no idea. She's magic. She's magic and she feeds the homeless. And for a while, she traveled around in a van. She lived in a van down by the river. She is the coolest. She's my hero. And I love her. And not only that, we both have silky terriers. She's got this silky terrier named Dusty. And when she gets depressed, like she had this boyfriend and the dog would let him just like let him out in the backyard to go for a walk, but when she was like really depressed, she'd be like, "Nah, he'd be like, "You're getting up." Oh, guys, I just realized something. So, when I flake metallic and I come back in my office to change clothes, I get sparkles on everything, and I got sparkles on this mini, and I'm kind of not stoked on it. Like, I know it doesn't matter, but I hate it when it happens. Pisses me off. I know it's just like magic or whatever, but I'm trying to make everything I do on this miniature like really intentional, and I just don't like that. Stupid sparkle shed. I shouldn't have brought up the OF. I really don't know much about it. I just heard about it and I always mix it up. Call it FO. Cardi B has one. I think a lot of people have one because of the COVID.
Have what?
The whole OF.
Oh.
Hi, Edderjai. We're here talking about EDMR, therapy, anxiety, stress, string theory, simulation theory, Schrodinger's cat, OnlyFans, anarchism, napalm. What else did we talk about? I might have forgotten to take my medicine. I put it on the table and I was like gonna take it and I don't remember taking it. Do you guys ever do something like that where you're like, I don't remember doing it, so I don't know if I did it? I don't know if I did it. Let's see. You guys, I was traveling during ReaperCon online. Um, and I saw that somebody wanted a John's beard red. And I literally I forgot to check what color was closest, but I was like checking. I was doing my check-in. I like got a high quality photo screenshot from whatever. I think it was like the opening, the what do they call them, the Olympics? The opening ceremony. And what's it called? Color, I don't even know if there's a name for it. Color selector, and figure out what's close and then what's close to that in the line. I really miss Power Palette. Is that what it was called? Could somebody tell Kit to get on getting our Power Palette back? God almighty. Oh, Izzy Lobo, it's the worst. Sadie, you need to ask Kit about the Power Palette for the site. Yeah, for real. We want Power Palette. And we want it now. Everybody, get your pitchforks. We're going to see Kit. The Dungeon Journeyman. I love that. Uh, Margaret still wants salmon shorts pink. It'll come. Um, Overdramatic groundhog to come back. Super dark ochre, old British teeth. Yeah, you gotta mix that yourself, Trash Aroma. I don't know that people would like that. Dwarf butt brown. Yellow ochre is in the Kickstarter. And it is on my really crappy little color wheel. That's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good color wheel. And apparently somebody's already done this. Like there's this artist. You guys probably already know this, but there's this artist. I don't remember his name. Quiller. Is it the Quiller color wheel? And he plots all these pigments on the color wheel. And it's like the phthalos and the cadmiums and the vermilion and the what is Bob Ross? Alzerian crimson. Like it plots all these pigments on there, which you don't think about. But I tried to make something similar. Oh, I'm so done with this miniature. I'm about to be done with this miniature. I guess I'm gonna yeah, I'm done with it. We're gonna finish this today because I don't want to paint it anymore. Is that rude? I don't want him to hear me, but I'm done with him. So the back, we're gonna try something different. I actually like painted the shadows deliberately. On the front, on the back, we're just gonna use a wash of cinnamon red. Oh yeah, the fire chicken needs eyes. And a paint thinner, which is just a bottle of water. Alright guys, who had episode 45 for the Phoenix? Oh, he does have eyes. He does, guys. Hold on a minute. He's got pretty eyes. They're amber, like my old ginger cat. I'd put a little shine in them, but I'm too scared. I'd like him to have a sparkle in his eye. Oh, look at all that white. I'm so pissed. God, won't you finish, Phoenix? What about nostrils? I know it. Oh, I hate it. I'm done with it. Where's my 73? Did I keep that in here? I hate it all. All right, let's keep it positive. Justin, geez, with the attitude. Keep it positive.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, you need to give a good final red wash to get all the white. That's what I'm going to do. Fix the white with a thick wash of red, brown, or violet. Ooh, violet. Ooh, let's do red violet because that was a part of our, what's it called? I don't know what's coming after the fire chicken. I think it's going to be something with a lot of skin. Maybe a nude because I watched Anne do something with skin and I liked it. And yeah, so let's do this, guys. Let's do this today. What's a skin tone you would like to see, or should we make our own skin tone? And if we make our own skin tone, what skin tone do you want that to be? Can you think of a celebrity skin tone we should try and emulate? Sadie, if you ever feel like you can't stand a mini mid-paint job, you just have to put it away for a few weeks and months and come back to it. Don't feel like you have to. I do feel like you have to when you're streaming it, though. But you know what I probably could do is I could probably quit. Oh, I could start the New Year's Sophie Dr. Bob. That's what I'm gonna do. So what was I thinking? Shit. That's okay. Sorry, I curse a lot. Oh, what I could do is I could be like, okay, I'm done, and then I could in my free time kind of paint it, and then later be like, oh, I finished it. This is what I did. Yeah, it is great advice. That's a quarter. Sophie's skin tone would seem to be... Sophie's skin's tone would seem to be a requirement. Swear jar, sorry. Dark golden brown. Somebody said olive, and you know what I see a lot of that is not super represented is fair olive. A Sophie, a fat mini, lots of skin. I could do Bella the succubus. Not that she's fat, she's perfect.
Oh, she really is perfect. That's my favorite mini.
Da, da, da. So let's do Bella the succubus. Oh, Anne jumps around a lot. That does make me feel better. If Anne does it, I can do it. No, well, if it's okay if Anne does, it's okay if I do. I'm not saying I can do everything Anne does because I sure is can't.
Now I will say with Bella, you'll need to do some
I'll do what
TOS
I want.
proofing.
Just kidding. Sorry, I'm so obnoxious. So today will be the first day I'm not doing any work at Reaper today. This is my real gonna be my real day off. Not that I mind. I love making stuff. I love doing stuff for you guys. Um, it's not that. I'm just trying to be, I don't know, like self care or something. I don't know. Trying to be fair to myself, even if I enjoy it. That's not a wash. I have so many projects coming up. Um, First big one's going to be making up paint for this new Audrey. We've got David Baker coming November 4th. Somebody kept saying, yeah, the Civil War date. And I thought they were talking about a date in the Civil War, which I don't know much about the Civil War, but they're talking about, the new one. Which I don't believe is going to happen. I'm not like inciting fear. I don't think that's going to happen, but the United States is about to descend into total chaos. The likes of which we haven't seen since the year 2000. Probably a little worse than that. How old were you in the year 2000, Justin? Were you 9, 8?
I was 10.
Oh, yeah. That was tense.
You're talking about with the rolling over into the year 2000?
No, I was talking about something I don't talk about on what's it called? On Twitch. I've been reading a lot
Ah,
about old presidents. That's the thing I've been reading about lately, and it's John F. Kennedy season, guys. It's assassination season. I'm not stoked on it, but since it happened, I'm gonna read about it. And I'll tell you what, we're having to do a little bit of delayed gratification because I really feel like going to Dealey Plaza and talking to the people that hang out at Dealey Plaza. One of which is Robert Groden. He was the factual advisor for the movie JFK. He wrote a lot about it. He's an expert on it. And like, the city of Dallas has sued him several times, I think because he chills there and they don't like it or something. And he's really cool. He knows a lot of stuff about it.
last time I went to Dealey Plaza, I was accosted for a Subway sandwich. I had a guy who um, pulled McKaylee and I aside and then proceeded to talk to us for 5 to 10 minutes and feed us a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff and then say, all right, great, I'm glad I did all that. Now will you pay me with a Subway sandwich? Or like $20 or something.
I
And I was
would be
like,
willing to bet, was it like by the grassy knoll?
no, we didn't even get to the grass, we weren't there yet. We were in the stone, not stone, but it's where you can sit down. It's kind of like you can see the grassy
Yeah,
knoll,
I
but
guarantee you
we were
that's
probably
Robert
50 feet
Groden.
from it.
I guarantee you that was Robert Groden. He feeds the
I
birds.
don't think, no, was not him.
Was he homeless?
He seemed homeless.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong
There's
with
nothing
seeming
wrong with
homeless.
being homeless, but I don't like being accosted and then being forced to pay for services that I didn't ask for.
What errors,
Which,
Dr. Bob?
Fun fact: I
Hmm.
just told him no and walked away. But
The only thing I know about, we'll talk about Umbrella. I'm not gonna argue with you. I love you guys, but the only thing I know about in JFK that was a stretch was that the X character. I think that actually happened in a series of letters instead of meeting in person. But anyway, I love the movie. It was another situation where my boyfriend, well, obviously knew about it, but had never seen the movie. And I was like, "You've never seen JFK?" I've made everybody in my whole life watch JFK with me. Everybody, like everybody. One of my best friends from high school, like he regularly has viewings for JFK. But anyway, it's a great movie, even if it's not totally accurate. I think everybody has their own idea of what happened, but Congress did what did they do? They discussed the fact that the Warren Commission most likely was not accurate and that there was a conspiracy, but they did not reopen it. I don't think we're going to have the documents. Now they've pushed it back. They made some public, but I think they were garbage. It's 2038. I think 2038 is when we're getting our information. Are we hashtag freeing?
let's see here. I think we hold on. Let me make sure. One, two, three. No, we're one gift sub away or one sub away from hashtag free.
One sub away. Okay. Dr. Bob, you might be right, but what we have to think about is that that was about Jim Garrison and Garrison's case against Clay Shaw. So even if it's not totally accurate, I think it's accurate based on the book. I haven't finished the book yet. I'm reading the book for the first time. The On the Trail of the Assassins. Thanks, Dr. Bob.
Oh
Um,
man, now we're one sub away from two giveaways.
but I have heard you're right. The only thing I've heard that sorry I've abandoned this Phoenix. I'm tired of it. I'll keep working. But the one thing I have heard is that the bullet should have been more messed up, and the fact that it just like rolled off the gurney at the hospital, like, oh hey, there's the bullet right there. It was pretty sus. Pretty sus. I'll tell you what, and it doesn't matter who the president is. If that happened today, I would be screaming. I would be so upset if that happened. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's horrible. IMK Marky, I do think it's going to be either Bella or oh, thank you Albevison for the sub and a big howdy. Big boy howdy.
We're giving away two sets.
Two sets.
Thank you, Francis.
Hashtag talking like yeah. If somebody assassinated a president, I would be sick over it. I would be sick over it. Could you imagine how stressful that would be? Somebody crying or laughing?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
There's always this situation where I hear somebody yell at Reaper and I'm like, is somebody hurt or is it just that we're obnoxious? Yeah. Can't talk too much about it, but I would be really open to a wild system. Bella needs some work to be okay for Twitch. Sophie would be easier and give you the hat, sash, and bottle to work on. That's true. And bigger wings. Yeah.
Even though I do love me some Bella.
Could you feature the Fantasy Flesh Fast palette when you do the new mini? That is actually a really good idea. I will do that. I may be one. Now, you guys know, I don't think we've announced it yet. There's going to be multiple Fantasy Flesh Fast palettes. Such is my life. I have two cats fighting over who gets to snuggle in my lap. I love that. Hissy Poo, my feral is missing. Really sad. I'm hoping it's just that it's cold and she doesn't want to hang out. I want some of the paints from the ReaperCon paint sets. From ReaperCon commemorative set 1 or 2? I think Internet still has some from 1, and 2 will be available Black Friday, though not individually. Whatever's left over will probably be available individually. I'm gonna make a wash of, I think, tarnished copper and cinnamon red. I'll think about it this week. Oh, the raccoon fast palette. That's a great idea. I think it would be a good idea to have some kind of situation on the website where you could like build your own fast palette and maybe like save them so that people could like see them. I mean, you could always post it on the Discord or whatever, like build your own fast palette, and you could name them stuff like that. Like you could be like, I want like mountain stone and what would be in a raccoon? Maybe like mountain stone and like maybe is it dungeon gray I'm thinking of? And maybe coal black. I mean, raccoons aren't warm. They're like not all the way black, but they're warm. April Fool's fast palette, Gug Umber. But wouldn't that be fun? That'd be so fun. And then I do want to talk about, I saw some people ask Anne, and Anne's obviously going to have a better way of teaching it, but I would like to work with see, and that makes me not want to do human next. I want to do like color palettes from popular series or whatever to kind of see if we can get a vibe from it, like we were talking about a few weeks ago. Like a Rugrats color palette or something. You know what I mean? Or a Simpsons color palette, or like my favorite right now is the Midnight Gospel. I would want to do a Midnight Gospel color palette, but I don't know how many people have seen Midnight Gospel. If you haven't, check it out. It's so good. It does get a little heavy and psychedelic, but I mean, what are you doing hanging out here if you're not into that? Just kidding. You can hang out here even if you're not into that. An anime color palette, like we could do a Sailor Moon or a I like Gundam Wing. Yeah, I'm about to call it. I'm about to call it finished, guys. Look out. Look out, world. I'm about to give up early. I'm not wild about it, but you know what? It is what it is. I've got it's my favorite character from Gundam Wing. Oh. Yeah, I know. I'm mad about the sparkles. You like this guy? I can't throw him away. Like, what do I still need this for? But I love him. He's got something on him or something. I think I got paint on him. But he's still kicking. Old Catra. I don't remember his Gundam's name. Yeah, something crazy happened to him, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah, Sandrock. I was trying to think of his Gundam. When I saw Grim say add it to the giveaway, I was thinking, no, but you're talking about the Phoenix. Yeah, I'll throw him in. I don't care. You want it? I'm a little embarrassed by him, to be honest. Yeah, I could paint him. I know Anne does that. Hold on. Sorry. I had to I'm sitting on my legs and it hurts. Oh, sorry. Dr. Bob. First you're criticizing JFK, now this. Why don't you just S on my childhood? Playfully, I'm not really mad. What's part of the giveaway? Oh, we joked that my Phoenix was part of the giveaway, but it's probably not because it's so heavy. I don't want y'all to. I mean, y'all have to pay for shipping. Oh no, I think I'm losing an eyelash. Y'all are gonna find out I don't naturally look like this. Which happens when people
Uh-oh.
visit the shop. I'm sure they're thinking like, who is this? Who is this person? This monster? Oh, you found a photo of a past palette. Okay, so we've got about like 10 minutes, 7 minutes. I think Anne usually goes live at 4:30, right?
Roughly, yeah. I think she's
Roughly.
probably even already live, if I had to guess.
First, I want to see if we have a. I want to go over some. I want to look at some like color palettes. Yeah, we are about to see what Sadie looks like without her mask. That's true. Uh, my war paint. My wife is still all over me about the Barbie armor colors. She wants to do a sisters battle army in those colors. I might be able to work something out actually. We'll talk about that for November. Um do. Let me get you a midnight gospel picture so you can see these colors. And then what else? What else do we like that's animated? Rugrats. Oh yeah, those are very specific colors. And then let's think of one more thing. Oh yeah, Scooby Doo. Animaniacs. You know, I can't think of the Animaniacs colors, but I bet you're right. Um, no, it's gonna be hard. Is like that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Animaniacs. I loved Animaniacs. This one's got Pinky and the Brain in it. We'll look at that. I don't know if we're going to have time to look at all these pictures. I hope so, though. And then what was the other thing? Shoot, I was just thinking about something. Oh. Oh, yeah, South Park. That's what I was thinking. So, really quickly, in the next 5 minutes, we're just going to talk about um, color composition, I guess, color schemes of a mini. And we're going to do it by looking at cartoons like adults, like mature people. We're looking at pictures from cartoons. Let's see. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. I got too many pictures on here. Let's see. Boop. So we're gonna first let's go old to new. So Scooby Doo. So if we look at Scooby Doo, whoops. Let me see what we've got here. Let me move this. We're not talking about him anymore. He's over. He's canceled. It looks like warm green and soft yellow, orange. This kind of reminds me of a muted out HD green. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Velma sweater orange. Um, oh, Marvin the Martian. And then this is almost, it's not like Phantom Glow. Or maybe it is like Phantom Glow, not like Spectral Glow. What do I have here? Um, and then that blue might be like 90, like I don't know, 9016 or something. Purples. It gives a definite like vibe. It's very, very like soft, I feel like. Okay, and then now let's look at a different one. Yeah, 420 Glaze It. Butterscotch Orange. This is Casey Kasem with a long distance dedicated paint color for Justin. Yeah, I forgot Casey Kasem was. Who was Casey Kasem on there?
I'm not sure.
Was he Shaggy? Yeah, Shaggy. Hmm. All right, now let's look at Rugrats. So Rugrats is a lot brighter compared to our Scooby Doo, but the red's not as bright. No, maybe it's darker even. We don't have a pink like that. I wonder if Carnival Purple's kind of like that. I haven't used Carnival Purple. They're having too much fun out there. I gotta crack the whip. I gotta get people in line. Just kidding. I like fun. Fun makes people want to come to work. I gotta have people come to work to be working. Reptar. I could do a Reptar monster. Like a. Write it on Reptar. Purple mouth, orange eyes, little blue bumps. You know what? It could be Brains Pink, actually. I really liked Angelica, but Chucky, like really, if we were doing some kind of Rugrats personality test, I'm a Chucky. You're a Tommy Pickles, right?
No.
You don't think you're a Tommy Pickles? I think you're a Tommy Pickles.
I actually would say I'm Chucky. 100%.
Oh man, we can't both be Chucky.
Well, realistically, that's my. Now, I guess I could be Tommy if I need to be,
You
but 'cause
know,
someone's got to drive the adventure.
I'm like a Chucky Angelica, I think.
A hybrid,
I
yeah.
have a little of the Angelica, but mostly Chucky. That brown is like, that's an ochre. Yeah. Oh, shoot. We are at time. Why don't we, I forgot we got to do stuff. We got to do the drawing. We'll talk about other cartoons next time. Next time I'm painting platinum, we'll talk about different cartoons. But right now, we're going to draw for the winner, and I am going to. Um, you never watched Rugrats? Oh, now Anne's on. Good.
I love Rugrats.
Me too. I love those green Nickelodeon, or not green, orange Nickelodeon VHS tapes.
All right, ready for our two winners?
Yes.
Our two winners are Daka Flocka Flame and Nomad Zeke.
Congrats, guys. You're going to get our little spooky pack with a couple BCA pinks, spooky purple, and the clears. There is a variation out there where you might get a maggot white and either a dirty bone or a spattered crimson, but I think you're gonna get the BCA pinks. Yay! Congrats, everybody.
And
Um,
there's a little excerpt on what you're supposed to do if you won.
yeah, exclamation point. I won something? And we are going to be rating Anne, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, let's check here.
Did I put paint on the wet palette?
There we go. She is starting and ready to go. Are you ready to go, Miss Sadie?
Yeah, I just gotta tell you guys, I'm sorry I waste paint. But, all right, guys. Thanks for being here while we paint this phoenix. While we painted him forever and ever. He was a seasonal. I think we painted him at the beginning of summer, and now we're getting into not summer. Aren't we well into the fall? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. We'll miss you guys. Be safe. See you tonight at 6 p.m. for our regular out of studio Reaper Live for a little bit longer, and yeah, we'll see you.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. We will see you here in about an hour and a half, and it's great to see you as always. Right, Sadie?
Yes, great to see you. We'll miss you. Bye.
Guys.